Welcome back to the sunny fields of Perthshire. Still got the woolly hat on though. We are back out on this stubble barley field. There's a great big pile of manure, which hasn't been spread on the field yet, thankfully. And I've got the new permission close by as well, so maybe I'll give it a go, maybe I won't. I did really well in this field the last time I was out. I think I got 5 coins, 3 bits of silver, and one of them was a beautiful watch which has been identified as probably military, a trench watch, World War I kind of era, around about 1914, 1918. That would be tremendous. I'm going to try and drop it off with a guy who knows a lot about watches, and he can give me his opinion on it. So thank you all for the incredible identification that you always come up with. Even the most obscure thing that I find, you seem to come up with an identification, so thank you very much. Right, I'm not going to chat any longer. I've got a full day at it today, so fingers crossed, lots of treasures to come. So let's go and have a look. Well, it's either silver on the first hole or it's a bottle top. But then again, it could be a bit of aluminium, shallow, or something brass. I think we're out. So, first target, I've got the 13-inch coil back on today. I've also got the headphones on as well because I charged them. Is it out? It is out. No, it's not. Right, it's not out the hole. I've missed it by a country mile. I've missed it, it's there. Always struggle with this 13-inch coil to pinpoint. I don't know why. I don't think I've quite figured out where centre is on it yet. Well, there's something big and round. Well, it's big and round, but it ain't a coin. It looks like maybe a fuel cap or such like. Let's get the wee brush out and see what it is. Oh, now I can't find my stuff. There we are. It is I think it could be a fuel cap. Possibly. Yeah, I think so. So somebody maybe lost a lid off their fuel tank, their fuel jerry can or such like. Oh, that manure smells terrible. This one definitely worth filming. Fairly consistent 88. Should have really cut a cube out of there, but soil's getting a little bit more clay here, sand and clay. One more, we'll get the pinpointer out. Oh, it's the dreaded tin can again. It's not the dreaded tin can. He's only went and got silver. 100%. You beauty! What a start! Well, I just said in the last video, 12 bits of junk, fingers crossed, something good soon, and that is not what I expected. I was hoping maybe for a wee crusty a wee crusty copper coin, not a wee bit of silver. Well, that's the lid off of a box or something, maybe a pill box, something decorative anyway. Looks like we've got a wee something there. Can't quite make it out though. Well, there it is. A wee bit of silver to get the day going. I think it has to be silver. I can't see what else it can be. And I think I know what it is. I think it's the back of a pocket watch, not a pillbox lid. The only thing is I cannot see any hallmarks on it. We've got 0.1304 or maybe it's just 1304, not sure what that means. We've got OIHOO, BP, I think, or EP. And then we've got this curious little word there, it's like gazoned. And there's also a wee tiny mark there, it's like a half moon. So, is it silver? Is it not? Is it continental silver, if it is? Or maybe the hallmarks were on the other part, but you know, it looks pretty silvery to me. And my guess would be it's, well, to look at that design I'd say Victorian, but to look at the other side it looks a bit more modern than that. So let me know in the comments below. If it's not silver and it's not Victorian, then break it to me gently. But that's bizarre. So I had a wristwatch, and to be honest the wristwatch was probably only 30 or 40 yards away from where I am, and now I've got the back of a pocket watch. So maybe we're on an old dump of some description. But we'll keep on going. What a start. Target number 17. Only had one good thing so far, and it's a little gnarled sort of knob. A little bit like what I'd seen before. It's got that kind of milled edge on it, but clearly some sort of screwy, turny something. But yeah, more junk. Target number 18. The farmer just pulled up next to me in a pickup. Scared the bejesus out of me. And well, I said to him, are you prepared to be amazed? And he said, yeah, what is it? And it was a 9192, and I thought it's going to be a bottle top. Turned it out, and what do you get? I get a pre-decimal penny. So first coin, and I've been going for about 22 minutes. It's 1962. So Queen Elizabeth II died last year at Balmoral in Scotland. Then she was taken to St Giles Cathedral off the Royal Mile in Edinburgh, where she laid in state, before then being transferred to Edinburgh Airport, if I remember rightly, and flown south to London, where she was laid in state again, until eventually being buried in a private ceremony. I don't know why I keep doing it to myself. Didn't film it. 91 didn't sound great at all. It sounded terrible. And I think we might have a spendable, maybe a 1 penny. Oh, it's a bit crusty. It is indeed. Look, there's Queen Elizabeth II again, but this is after decimalisation, so it's going to be from the early 70s onwards. It's kind of been a little bit battered about by the tractor. I'm making it worse. The bendy thumb doesn't work on these Elizabeth coins, does it? So there is a date there, 19 something. Ancient relic or tractor find? Let me know in the comments below. So I've been doing a little bit of map research. You'll see that field boundary there that's running up the hill, and I'll show you a little bit of footage for an old map, because I found an old footpath which appears on maps way back in the early 1800s, so it could have been there for a long time. Here's a nice sounding one. 90. Been quiet, 15 minutes without a diggable target. There's a bit of iron kicking about, but we just ignore the iron. Some people say, why don't you dig the iron? What if it's a sword or something like that? Well, iron doesn't keep in the soil here. Well, that sounds terrible now. It sounds like iron. Well, it might be an iron ring or something, but yeah, iron doesn't keep well. Chances are if it's iron, it's less than a few hundred years old. Let's see what this might be. Something in my hand. Put half of it there. Nope, I see something there. It might be another spendable. I think it is. I think it's a 1 pence again. It's going to be Elizabeth II again, I think. Well, there's It's not going to be in great condition. Well, it's a wee bit better than the last one actually. So I'm up 3 pence. This is target number 32 and it's 1981 this time. 2 years after I was born. 1 pence, spendable, still currency even though the Queen is no more. It will probably remain currency, I would think, for the next 20 or so years, because it will take ages to bring in all the old coins and all the old banknotes. At last, it's been quiet for almost half an hour, going back and forward. But a fairly solid 86, which may be a coin, maybe. Well, it's out in the first spade. I don't see any aluminium yet. Ah, I just saw it there. It's a coin. It was in the side of that clod. That's a coin. And at last, we've got a coin and it is not Elizabeth II. Well, that is more like it. We're getting older. The question is, can we get any detail off it? It's going to be a struggle, I think. Well, that side is not looking good. That side, there's maybe a head. Possibly a head looking to the right. But it's really, really poor condition. Yeah, I think there is. There's a head looking to the right. It's a uniform thickness. It's pretty much perfectly round. I would pretty much say that that is going to be George III. So 1760, 1820, it's probably a halfpenny. Just a wee summary for you on hole number 44. So we've got 4 coins and we've got the silver, what I believe is a silver, pocket watch case. And we've got Elizabeth II, Elizabeth II, Elizabeth II, although this one is oldest, 1963 I think it was. Potential George III, and I'm thinking that's probably Victorian. But 44 holes, 5 keepable targets, that's a ratio of just under 9. 1 in 9 is a good target, so that's not bad going. We need to keep digging some more holes to find some good stuff. Bit of a weird target, this one. Doesn't seem like a very big target. 99. It's very odd sounding, maybe a great big bit of brass or something. Still down there. One more, we'll get the pinpointer out. Am I in the right place? I think so. Kind of. In the side wall. We turn the probe off for a wee second. Take that out. Let's try again. Well, I've moved it. I've moved it and I've buried it. Right, I need to dig this hole out again now. Right, is it out or is it not out? Oh, my probe wasn't on, but what an idiot. Oh. Right, hang on, is that the spade it's picking up? What is going on? It is there. It's just pretty small. Oh, I don't believe it. That's a great big silver coin. That is a great big silver coin. I don't believe it. How on earth did that sound so bad? That is a great big silver coin. Let me get you in the sun. I don't believe that. How on earth did that sound so bad? That was such a bad target. Even if it's on its edge, I would have expected better than that. Is it Victoria? Let's break this open. Exciting. Oh, it's a George. Oh, wow. That is George III, I think. Let's get the back off. If it'll come. Come on, give us an imprint. Ah, not really. That is a George. That is a George III, I think. Well, I think I just not long got a George III. Look at that in the sun. Oh, it's a date at the bottom. 1817. That is definitely George III. You absolute beauty. What an absolute cracker of a coin. That is a stoter. An absolute stoter. Oh, wow. Wow, look at the tone on that. That is stunning. It is massive as well. That must be a crown. Or a half a crown, maybe. I'll be able to tell maybe once the mud's off. It might say on the back. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Right, I'm going to give this a wee dry off. I think this is another first. I don't think I've had a George III half a crown before. I think I've had a George III crown before, which had George and the Dragon on the back. But this one does not. Now, Pete had one of these, but his was actually a counterfeit. It was silver plated, and that is not silver plated. That is solid silver. Half an ounce, probably. 14 grams, 15 grams, something like that, I'm guessing. George III de Gracia, by the grace of God, 1817. And on the back, so it's a bit worn, but that would be Britanniarum Rex, so King of the Britons, and then Fid Def, Defender of the Faith. What a coin. What an absolutely beautiful coin. You can see a shield in the centre. There's 3 lions of England. There's a lion of Scotland just there. Struggling to see anything else. Maybe a harp there of Ireland, which would mean that would be 3 lions of England again. And then in the centre, the shield, that is the standard, or the shield coat of arms of Hanover, because he was the Elector of Hanover, German George III. Oh, it's beautiful. Look, there's actually at the bottom there, look at that. Let me zoom you in a wee bit. Try that. Look at the bottom, right there. That is George slaying the dragon, Saint George, and he's the patron saint of England. There you go. Unbelievable. It's in pretty good condition. It's a bit scratched, but you'd expect that rolling about in a field. And what a stunning looking bust that has got on it. That is utterly beautiful. 1817, 3 years before his death. I just talked about George III, God, my brain's gone. 1760 to 1820. Honestly, this is why you metal detect, to find things like this. That is utterly stunning. Utterly stunning. A beautiful coin. It's got a milled edge. No writing on it. And I'm pretty sure that's half a crown. And if that's half a crown, oh my God, that would have been a lot of money back in the day. Because a half a crown was 2 shillings and 6pence, which is 30 old pence, 30D. And there was 240 pence to the pound. So that would make this an eighth of a pound. An eighth of a pound at a time when some people were only earning a salary for the year of £2. So they were only earning 16 of these a year. So potentially this is 2 weeks' wages for somebody. Never mind buying you a few pints of beer, this would buy you a barrel of beer. This must have been a horrific loss for somebody. Either that or it was someone with so much money that they probably didn't care that much. Now the roadway that I'm on, the footpath, was wide enough for a horse-drawn carriage by the looks of it. And it's actually between two properties. One that doesn't exist anymore, which I'm told went all the way back to the 1700s. And on the other side of the trackway there's actually an old farmstead. And parts of the farmstead apparently go back to the 1600s. So there's been a lot of occupation around here. That is stunning, absolutely stunning. What a beautiful coin. And I am rambling on as ever. Alright, here's the big George III silver lying on the surface. And I know that's never a fair representation for where it's buried in the ground, but anyway, and listen to that, a screamer of a 98. You can still hear it at 12 inches. So I can only assume it was on its edge. It must have been on its edge. So well done to the Deus II for picking that out. What a coin. Sent a picture to the boys. See what they all think. Wow. This is target number 59. I've been on a run of junk, pretty much. Aluminium especially. This is lead, and originally earlier I'd said that I hadn't had a lot of lead. And then I've dug quite a few bits since that very moment. So it's a bit unusual. It's a funny shape. Looks like it's got some kind of purpose, and it almost looks like it's got little triangles and circles nailed into it or dented into it. No idea what that is. If you know, then comment below. I just caught the very edge of this. Almost missed it. 9091, so I'm hoping that means that it's going to be something amazing. And not a bottle top. Not a spendable Elizabeth II either. We're out. Still reading a 90. Honestly, see, when you get a great find, it just gives you so much energy to keep going. Oh, we got a coin. We got a coin. Oh, it's a nice one. George VI, I think. Halfpenny, it is. Ship's halfpenny. Well, high number for a halfpenny. A wee off-camera rub-a-dub. I'm pretty sure that's 1943, so 9 years before his death. Died in 1952, very suddenly. Cancer-related, smoking-related problems, if I remember rightly. He was a heavy smoker, George VI. He died, I think he was in his early 60s or mid-60s. Certainly he was in his 60s, I'm sure. And it caught everyone by surprise, because Elizabeth II and her new husband, the Duke of Edinburgh, they were in, if I remember right, they were in Kenya. Pretty sure they were in Africa at the time anyway. And she returned as queen. Well, an irony leady sounding target produces a great bit of lead with a great big bit of iron stuck in it. I have got no idea what that is. Anyone knows? Comment below. This is a 64 and it's target number 68. There's something slightly disky shaped. It's a key escutcheon. Look at that. Somewhere around here there was a door. So there you go. One key to one lock. Maybe a treasure chest. Target number 70 is the remnants of a little bottle top, which I think is going to be a whiskey bottle, and it just says there Glasgow, which is the biggest city in Scotland, also the city of my birth. We might have another massive silver. Solid 94 or a bottle top. a wee bit deeper. One more. Ah, it's a massive buckle. It's not a bottle top. Beautiful big buckle. There you go, that's nice, isn't it? I got a buckle out this field last time I was here. A sort of rose shape, a sort of floral kind of looked it. Still had the iron pin, which had kind of rusted to it. This one is a lot bigger. So that's probably part of the mechanism or the harness that was between the horse and the plough. It's quite a robust big piece. You can see it's kind of bent a little bit as well. But date wise, probably 1800, 1900, that kind of period, before the invention of mechanised farming and tractors. But a really nice bit of social history. It's actually a very nice little, it's almost like a shield shape. And originally this would have probably been a bright gold colour. Very good, nice, I like that. Oh, and I should add, this is target number 73. Target number 75, and I think it's another fragment of maybe some sort of horse decoration, but otherwise I think it's junk. Right, I've got a real mystery here. It's target number 81 at a depth of about 13 inches. Didn't come through, barely a squeak, and it is lead. That is incredibly heavy. Now, I haven't cleaned it up yet, but it does look like it's got markings on it. And what on earth is that? What on earth is that? I have got no idea what that is. None whatsoever. I feel like I've had something like this before, but I cannot think for the life of me. Brushing away from me to get all the lead dust to go, not into my lungs, but to go away from me. Well, what on earth is that, everyone? That is one solid lump of lead. The only thing I can think is maybe it's part of an old battery, like a cell for an acid battery. You can see it's got these almost like little dominoes, little squares with 4 little dots in them. Same on the other side. So I don't know, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe part of an old lead acid battery. But let me know in the comments below. And also, how old is it? 100 years? 150 years? Let me know in the comments below. What a weird thing. That hole there produced a bit of junk, but it did also spit out a little base of a square bottle. It's probably Victorian or slightly later, probably the sign of an old bottle dump somewhere around here, but date wise probably about 1900 odd, 1920s, 1930s, but yep, someone's been chucking their glass bottles or burying them somewhere out in the field, and the plough's been bringing them up. 90, 93, bottle top territory, Georgian coinage, or something completely different. Got some sort of cylindrical shaped thing there with red paint on it. What on earth is that? Is it part of a toy or something? It is. I think it's the front of a kid's, maybe a train? Could well be. Well, I'd not long just got that hole there where I got the glass bottle, which I said is maybe a sign of a dump, and this would suggest that that's the case. So it's not tin plate, but it's you know, I don't know, cast metal with red paint that would have originally been on it, and I think it's part of a train, a steam train, a locomotive sort of part of a train. But well, that was probably some wee kid's pride and joy back in the 1950s or such like. What a shame. Target number 86, a couple of wee fitting attachment holes. This is the back, and on the other side, that is what's there. Now it looks to me like a shield with a crown above it. Beyond that, I really can't tell anything else. So it's clearly been attached to something, whether it's been fabric or leather. I'm wondering if it could be military, possibly a lapel or a hat badge or a cap badge or a shoulder mount or something like that. But if it is, it's probably going to be Second World War, I'm guessing, so let me know in the comments below. Curious wee thing. Target number 90. 90. 85, 86. It could be a coin. Could be. I deserve it because it's been a bit quiet. Well, that's not a coin. I can see something right there. Looks like lead. It is a great big lump of lead. Folded lead. Yeah. Oh well. What could have been? I'm getting closer to the 100 targets. 94 or 94th target, and it's coming through 78. Oh, I'm going to sleep tonight, I tell you. This is definitely not a quiet field, but it's the preferred kind of field. There you are, something there. Lead, possibly. Well, this is target number 94. I'm going to have to edit the video slightly to cover it up in case it was visible. But at the top it says McLachlan, in the middle it says Saddler, and below it says the village. And that's where I'm metal detecting. So this is a saddler's badge. This would have been attached to the underside, that's why it's rough, of a leather saddle. And this is the maker. This is the maker of the saddle. I'm guessing probably 18 into the beginning of the 1900s, and it's just dropped off the bottom of the saddle. But it's a nice piece of social history. Target number 98. 98, I can't remember digging this many holes in a long time. Oh, I'm going to be aching tomorrow. Oh, I'm going to have a day off just to recover. Well, it's vanished. Let's try again. Maybe it was a coin on its edge, or maybe it's a ring pull. Right. Oh, there's something green. Oh, green and heavy. Green and, well, pretty agricultural looking, to be honest. Let's give it a wee rub-a-dub. Got a bit of iron attached to it. Well, it's a kind of funny looking little shape, isn't it? Like a wee scroll. And it's also hollow on one side. It's a mystery. I'm guessing that it's something agriculturally, farmy, furniture-ish related junk, basically. Oh well, we've done it. We've done it. I've got about half an hour left, and I've finally, well, I would never thought in a million years I would have dug 100 targets in one session. I am pretty exhausted. I've still got to walk 20 minutes back to the car. But 85, don't think it's going to be a coin, but wow, it would be amazing if it was. It's going away up to 89 now, so I don't think so. I cannot believe 100 targets and I haven't had a single button. Ah, we got a nut. or a cover for a nut. What was it someone said? It's a little miniature soldier's helmet when I got one the other day. But yeah, it's a little, I think it's brass. It's like a dust cover for a wheel nut or something. So that is target number 100. 100, so I'm not even sure how many good targets I've got. So let me just pause for a wee moment and then I'll come back to you and I'll show you the best of the best. Well, this is what I would consider to be the best of the best. So 100 targets and 10 what I would consider to be good finds. The star of the show, George III, up here top right, which is, I believe, a half crown from 1817. Then we've got a silver pocket watch, or what's left of a pocket watch. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coins. Oh, 6 coins, tell a lie. So 6% of my targets were coins and 10% of my targets were keepers. We've also got the saddle badge that I can't show you the other side of. We've got the horse buckle, and we've got what I think, dropped it, what I think is a military cap badge, or some sort of military something or other. So there you go, 100 targets, 10 good finds, and 6 of them were coins. So 6% of all the targets coinage. That isn't a bad return, is it? Now, I've got to walk across the field to get home, so I might as well detect. So don't go anywhere, just in case I manage to find something else. Well, we've just uncovered find number 101, and I wish it was number 100, because look at that. Now that is the head of a thistle. You can see it's pressed copper alloy. It looks like it's been nailed onto something. Maybe wood, or maybe it's been attached to leather with a little rivet. And the thistle is the national flower of Scotland. It's also the oldest national flower in the world. The story goes that the thistle was adopted by the Scots way back in 1263. An invading Norse army, because large parts of the west and north of Scotland were controlled by the Vikings. And a Viking king by the name of King Haakon II invaded Scotland on the west coast, and the Scots were waiting, camped and asleep, and the story goes that the Norse were waiting to ambush them. They'd taken their shoes off and they were walking barefoot, some of them, towards the Scottish camp, and one of them trod on a thistle, let out a scream, gave away their position, and the Scots annihilated them. And that was when the Norse, the Vikings, began to lose control of Scotland. 1263, they were massacred at the Battle of Largs in Ayrshire. And the king of the Norwegians, Haakon II, was also killed. So there you go, the oldest national flower in the world is the thistle of Scotland. Well over 500 years it's been on coins and associated with Scotland. So that is a lovely little find. I'm guessing probably 100, 150 years old. Brilliant. Well folks, 101 holes. That's me, I've made it to the edge of the field. I was going to have a quick go in this field, which is the new permission, but it absolutely stinks. It's been spread with chicken manure. Oh my god, it's repulsive. So I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to walk home. I'm going to get in the car, well, walk to the car, and then I'm going to head home. So you've seen the finds. I hope you like them. I'll probably get some of them in the light box on a separate video. But if you like what you see and you're not already subscribed, then please hit the button. And hopefully I'll see you all on the next dig. And I'd appreciate any help you can give with identification. Take care, and thanks for watching.